Why y'all did this to Hop, man? Not Hop. Not him, man. Come on, man.
Listen.
Yo, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Kamen Rider Zero Spike back again once again. Today we're here for Kamen Rider Gotchard episode 37. This episode was sad, man. I don't even want to do this. Man. It was amazing. I just knew something was gonna happen to Hopper. I knew. Why y'all did this to Hop, man? He was the chosen one. Well, one of them. He was the chosen one, man. Like, he was trying to fulfill the prophecy, man. He was trying to be a friend. He wanted to help his friend, man. He was being a good Pokemon. Man. Come on. Hey, that white Hopper do look kind of cool, though. Like, even, like, he's petrified for him. I'm not going to say he's dead. I'm not saying that. I know that they kind of are, but I'm not saying that. Not about Hop. Out of all the characters in this goddamn show, man, Hopper was the one. Hopper was the best guy ever, man. But that white Hopper figure looked kind of cool. I kind of want that. But he looked dope. But in this episode, we do actually find out like what exactly Gigist is doing to the Kimmies. He's basically essentially taking their own malice and turning them into a new type of amalgam. But when you beat them, it does like somewhat like kill them. So I just said I wasn't gonna say that, but essentially it gets rid of like their malice and it like transmutation and stuff like that. So it's like it kills them, but and by you destroying them after they become a new type amalgam. But Ichinose is very distraught over this, and my boy just like he shuts down. Because he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight the Kimmies because like the Kimmies are his friends. But then there's a part of me that's just like, go help. You gotta help Kudo. Because Kudo was out here fighting our other Kimmy, Ant Trooper. They're kind of going down the line of like the order that he got them. But yeah, they take over Ant Trooper in this episode, and Kudo tries to fight him on her own because Spanner's out of commission, and Ichinose is too distraught. He can't like just take out two Kimmies like he did back to back. So Kudo takes it upon herself to go out there and do the damn thing. So, but we forget that Ant Trooper can multiply itself, and she quickly gets overwhelmed. And we got another scene with Gigist talking with Autotropes and Cluto, and he basically tells them that if Ichinose goes through enough despair, then the egg within him will leave his body as he turns into a amalgam. And the egg inside of him is a Kimmy itself, and Gigist wants that Kimmy. He wants that Kimmy inside of him. He wants that egg from inside of Ichinose. And if Ichinose becomes a amalgam, then that Kimmy will come out of him, and then he'll be able to take that Kimmy and essentially like get stronger from it, or basically basically regain some old powers, I guess, that he has. And Autotropes, she asks him, well, when you get this new power, is there a way to bring back bring back Master Gleon? And he's like, I understand that you want your parent back, but that's not in the plan right now, and you having that desire is only gonna make you weak. And she's like, she bows to him, but she gives him a nasty look. Like, she's like, I want my daddy back. You gonna give me back my daddy? Like, that's like Autotropes again. Like Autotropes might end up getting to that point, but she's like, I want my dad back, and this guy's not gonna help me get my dad back. So you know what? I'm gonna take matters into my own hands. Like, that's the thing. That's like the little thing I see her going down, because she won't she won't her father. So even Cluto starting to have started to question a lot of some of the things that are going on right now, because she doesn't believe that Ichinose will turn into amalgam so easily. we know that he won't turn it. I mean, we know that he won't become amalgam that easily. Like, we know that that's not gonna happen. But yeah, so Kyoto, after she explained everything, but with Skibbo and stuff like that, they still have Skibbo's body, and when we see that Kudo is battling all the ant troopers, we see that Ichinose, Ichinose was talking with his mom. She reminded him stuff about his dad and things like that. We got to see, the picture of him with his dad and stuff, and a little heart-to-heart moment he had with his mom. Then he goes off to go help Kudo, and she sees that Kudo is getting overwhelmed because there's like 4 or 5 ant troopers now, and then he's having a hard time, like that traumatizing moment is spinning on back in his head, and he's having a hard time transforming up. But then he does inevitably end up transforming, and I forgot what form that was. It's like the big bulky form that uses like the tentacles, or pipes, I would say. He transforms into that, and I'm like, why that? It's so big and bulky. And it basically like helped him no way in this fight. You could have just turned into something that was a little bit more sleek and something that will actually like help you out, but you turned into that, and he's like trying to get Ant Trooper to stop, but it doesn't happen. And then that's when everybody kind of gets like overwhelmed. We see that Minato and Spanner end up coming on the scene. We see that Spanner is in his rider form, and he's like limping and stuff like that, and we see that Minato helps destroy all the other like Ant Trooper clones, and he says that look, listen, I'm sorry, but I cherish my students' lives over Kimmy's. And I was like, I knew it. I knew someone was gonna freaking say it, because we know that the only person that cherishes Kimmy's that freaking much is Ichinose. But we know that Ichinose has like more like a deep connection with Kimmy's and stuff like that. We still got a bunch of stuff about his backstory that we don't know about, but yeah. And we see that Hopper this whole time was going on. He didn't know that Hopper snuck off, and Hopper was on his like his own little adventures, stuff like that. He remembered the story that the Kudo told about the red wizard and the stuff like that, and the yellow flowers and stuff, and he was looking all over town for this yellow flower, and he found this flower. When he eventually found this flower, we also saw that he basically gets ready to go back to Ichinose, and then that's when we did see Spanner end up destroying the Ant Trooper amalgam, and Ant Trooper dies, but he petrifies. They put him back in the card and everything, but he still died, and that basically messes up Ichinose a little bit more. And then that's when Hopper ends up finding everybody, and he has the flowers, and he's basically coming in to bring them to Ichinose. And then that's when Gigas shows up, and Gigas ends up turning. He tries to engulp and tries to possess Hopper, and Hopper fights it. Hopper puts up the most fight when it comes down to being this big amalgam, and Hopper basically transforms in the middle of the thing. He busts out of it, but he transforms into Crosshopper, and he's like, yeah boy, I'm on 2 legs now, you ain't getting me. But then he still ends up inevitably getting transformed, and he turns into the Hopper 1 amalgam, and that's when Ichinose tries to fight him and stuff like that. We see that Spanner tries to fight him, and I'm like, Spanner, you are very hurt, dog. You came into this fight limping. Like, that's Spanner for you. But he ends up defeating Spanner pretty badly. He uses like a locusts like attack, and ends up taking out Spanner. And I was like, oh my god damn, you was already hurt, bro. You already came in this thing limping, now you gonna be double limping. But yeah, so that's when Ichinose tries to fight off Hopper, and then like we see this kid that we saw earlier who comes back to get his freaking stuffed dinosaur, and then him and his mom basically end up almost getting attacked by Hopper 1. He stops Hopper. He tells Hopper, hey man, go ahead and strike me down if it'll help. And we see that Hopper's fighting it. Hopper isn't trying to hurt anybody or anything like that. He's fighting the control. And when the kid and the mom, were there, he sees that Hopper runs to attack them, and he transforms into Iron Gotchard, which I don't know how Ichinose's okay, the other form I can understand, but then the Iron Gotchard, I thought he needed Hopper for that. Well, no, because 10 liners a whole 10, so yeah, I guess, yeah 10 liners a whole 10 Kimmy cards, so he's able to just use one. Yeah, but he turns into 10 liner. I mean, he turns into Iron Gotchard, and he ends up destroying Hopper, and Hopper turns into the little white Hopper thing, and he drops the flower, and he sees that Hopper was trying to cheer him up and stuff, and then he ends up he screams, and it was just so sad, and he's starting to transform into Amalgam, and Gigas is like, yes, go ahead and do it, and he's getting ready to turn into Amalgam, and what happens is we see that a white light appears, and it a big egg appears, and Ichinose is inside this egg, and then the egg teleports away, and we're like, everybody's like, what was that? What the heck was that? And then that's when Kudo, she runs over and picks up Hopper, and we see that the egg ends up teleporting somewhere else, and we see that Ichinose is in this black void, and he hears this voice calling out to him, and he turns around and he sees like the egg. Like, this is a freaking digi egg, I don't care, but the egg is in his colors. It's in like his orange and like blue colors of his base form. So yeah, and also Gigas does explain how the egg is inside of him, and the longer it's been inside of him, it's basically giving him the ability to work so closely with Kimmy's, and it's actually the reason why he's able to like transmute himself and not get hurt. Like when we see Ichinose transform into like these weird, like those CGI forms from all those other Kimmys, like the CGI forms, and also how he's able to turn into like a liquid and things like that. Like that, he's able to do that because of that egg that's inside of him. And Gigas wants that power back, or he wants that power, in general. But yeah, he sees this egg talking to him, and the episode ends off right there. But yeah, man, this episode was sad. I mean, yeah, Hopper going on this little humble journey trying to help out his boy, and it was Ichinose going on this big downward spiral and almost turning into Amalgam, and then having to see two of his Kimmys like die in one episode right after Skibbo died. It was a lot. It was a whole lot, but I'm liking it because the series is getting dark, and we're on the tip. We're almost like at the end of this writer series right now, and it's dark, and we've seen Ichinose go through real like turmoil and real heart-wrenching despair and stuff. And Gigas is just a monster. Like Gigas is just like, I don't give, man. This guy is evil. He really is the embodiment. He really is like one of the embodiments of evil. And we also see how like the Abyssal. We see how Clupto and Autotropes is starting to question him and started to like have second thoughts about Gigas. So most soon the three sisters will unite, and we'll see where they go from there. Possibly bringing back Comrade Dread. I don't know. But we haven't seen Dread in a long time. Makes sense, but ain't nobody really to use it. We ain't seen Dread in a minute. But other than that, this episode was good. I actually did like this episode. And next episode we get introduced to Ichinose's ultimate form with the Rainbow Gotchard. And yeah, we don't know the full, like I don't know the actual name of it yet. You can let me know down there in the comments. I don't know the actual name, but I'm just gonna say Rainbow Gotchard. So I'll see you next week. But other than that, yeah, guys, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode of Kamen Rider Gotchard. You know, make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, as I always say, guys, stay henshin.